friends, welcome in. Welcome to Tuesday. This is going to be a general reading for whoever finds this. So if you found it, even if it's not Tuesday, there's likely a message in it for you. Funny, I just recorded a video and realized halfway through that my phone had stopped recording because I ran out of space. So thank you, Mercury retrograde, and my operator error. So we're going to do a new reading and we'll see what comes through. I'll be curious to see if we get any of the same cards as the last reading. So, fun stuff. But let's see what we get. Let's see what energy we have today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave me comments. Let me know how things are resonating. And I'm looking at doing some other readings, so I'll be happy to hear, sort of what you'd like to see so I can serve you in the best way possible. We get a tall tale. We've seen that card a lot lately. We get Waking the Lion, which we got yesterday. Let's see what else. And it is what it is. Okay. So, Tall Tale talks about the stories that we tell ourselves as well as the way that we show up in the world, in terms of whether we're wearing a mask or whether we're showing up as our authentic self. So I think needing to, just make sure that, you're operating from an authentic place, which means, getting real with yourself. And, sometimes that, involves rewriting stories that we've been telling ourselves for a really long time. In the previous reading that you won't see, there was a theme of, a victimhood mentality, needing to let go of those victim mindsets. As you're working through traumas and things, that's part of the work, getting to a place where you can forgive and let go and move forward and not carry those things with you into the future. And I was saying, forgiveness is for giving yourself freedom. So that's what I'm, seeing here and drawing in from the other reading that I just did, the theme. Yesterday we were talking about waking the lion, and this is about waking that fire up inside of yourself, that courage and, stepping into a place of passion. And then it is what it is, talks about accepting, things as they are, this sort of radical acceptance of what is. And, that's a great place to move forward in a healing journey. Being in this place of surrender and accepting, that things that happened in your life were happening for you, for your growth, for your expansion, and the circumstances that you find yourself in are what it is, and being present to what is. And by not resisting what is, you're going to see that you stop creating the same experience. Because when you resist something, it persists. So, clearing up the stories that you're telling yourself, the way that you're showing up in this world, showing up, from a place of passion, from courage, from a place of surrender and non-resistance to what is what it seems like is being called for here. Let's get some underlying energies and go a little deeper. Tell me about this tall tale. We got Winter's Dream, Gestation period. So maybe you've been going through a bit of a transformation, and been in a gestation period where, you're recalibrating and, working through things, and maybe, you've been feeling a bit, held back, or like you're not moving forward. And sometimes, when we may not be moving forward in the material world sense, but it seems like a lot is going on underneath that's being worked through, transformed, recalibrated, as I said. Because I see what's happening is you're starting to wake up from this sort of slumber, coming out of this gestation period. Show me Waking the Lion. What can we see? The Waking the Lion. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. We get many masks, the authentic self, heart home compassion, and galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. This is a lot. Okay, let's see if we can digest this. As we were talking about with this tall tale about, whether you're wearing mask in the world, that's exactly what this is talking about. The authentic self, like showing up as yourself. So it feels like, that's what's being woken up within you, is your authentic self, where the masks are falling away. We get heart home compassion. So as we talked about with, forgiving, you have to have compassion for the people in your life that have inflicted harm, and recognizing that, they were operating from their own wounds. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but you can find a level of understanding that, their shadow side is what's running the show at this point in their life. And most of the time people are completely unaware of that. And until they wake up, they're the ones that are going to have to live that life. And you've moved past that. Your heart is being called home. You're being moved to a new place. I see butterflies here. It's talking about transformation. And in this picture, this heart looks like a palace. So you're creating a new place for yourself where you feel at home within yourself, and your heart is being healed and making this beautiful home for you inside where you feel safe. And that's going to happen through compassion for other people, for where you've been, compassion for yourself. And that will allow you to strip away these masks and be your authentic self, because you won't have wounds that you're trying to cover up anymore. You'll be able to be authentic and vulnerable because you've worked through those things, and you can share that with the world so that other people can heal. And I think that's what this divine matrix card is talking about. We're interconnected with everyone and everything. There's a divine, connection, energetic connection with, everyone. And by nature of being your authentic self and working through these things to create stability within yourself, you can shine that light forward into the world and help others heal. You're waking this really vibrant being that's within you, the being that you were created to be before things happened that made you put on a mask of protection, opening your heart up so that it can shine forward and help create change and be a part of this bigger picture, this bigger spiritual mission of healing this planet, healing, other people, so that we can all ascend and rise and create a more beautiful world. See what we get for it is what it is. 2 more cards. Goodness. Okay, we get Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. Exactly, you're talking about creating this new world and, being one of the way showers that's protecting this future. And we get deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. So, needing to get into a place of meditation and stillness and connecting with the divine, with your higher self, with this divine matrix, so that you can be a part of this change of protecting the future. This is also, protecting your future by, doing this work and, learning how to have healthier boundaries going forward so that you don't get pulled off of your mission, so that you can stay focused and aligned with yourself and aligned with your higher power. Wow, that's incredible. Let's get some guidance messages. I'm not feeling like I need to really clarify anything today. Guidance. Let me see for guidance. We got, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So remembering who you are, like I was talking about before things happened in your life that made you put on a mask. It's about stripping that away and remembering who you came here to be, what your soul's plan was, what, you were meant to do in this life, and who you were meant to be as part of this bigger whole of humanity and this interconnected nature. The other reading I did had a card called Grand Symphony, and it was talking about the way that we all play a very specific part, in this bigger plan, and recognizing, our part in that. And until we can shed all of this other stuff that's weighing us down and pulling us away from our inner being, we're not going to be able to play our role. So, some meditation is going to help, with this. I noticed this figure, is, in a very meditative state. Let's see what else we got. We got lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So, again, remembering soul memories and gifts. You came here with gifts. If you believe, in other lives, there are things that you have done in past lives that you can bring forward into this one. It's a process of remembering. And I think as you work through things in life, you start to remember who you are and the gifts that you were incarnated with. And we got another card that flipped over as well. So this one says, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. So maybe that's part of what this deep quiet and meditation is about. And we were talking about surrendering and letting go. So needing to loosen your grip, it touches on coping mechanisms and addiction and density. So this is this heavy energy that pulls us into unhealthy ways of coping and even addictions, which can be a myriad of things. Right? Addictions can even be to thought processes and things that we, ways that we operate in this world that, keep us from our highest self and from moving forward. But it can also be, drugs, alcohol, TV, movies, video games, porn, anything that is overindulged in that pulls you out of alignment is an addiction. Overworking, overthinking, any of that. So maybe needing to take a look at where addictions and unhealthy coping mechanisms are pulling you out of alignment from this, purpose, this greater, plan, and keeping you hidden behind a mask. It says, let God in, so really needing to connect with the divine and allow the light in. So that's what I get for today. That got real heavy real quick there at the end, but I see that, you're working through this, with this waking the lion. You're probably somewhere here in the middle of this awakening. I think this is definitely a spiritual awakening happening here, or a level of your spiritual awakening. And needing to clear out some of this dense energy and look at addictions and thought patterns and things that are keeping you stuck from the treasure that really lies ahead for you. Remembering who you are, reconnecting with yourself, taking some time out to be still, to go through this gestation so that you can, sort of be reborn as yourself, as your true self, so you can reemerge and live from your heart and shine your light forward. So that's what I have for you for today. I hope that this helped. I hope that this resonated. Please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave me comments. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.